what do you think is the most misunderstood aspect of a DJ? Well, rumors have it that India's #1 Bollywood DJ is found only at the console. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank me. I want to thank me for believing in me and having DJ Suketu right from Africa on today's episode of the Lincia Rosario Show. Hello.
How are you?
It's great to see you.
Thank you very much. Same here.
First you have to tell me, how was Africa?
Absolutely fabulous. An experience of a lifetime. It was fantastic. 6 days, refreshing, amazing and beautiful.
Wow, what did you do there?
So went for this charity race that happens off-road in the jungles in Kenya called the Rhino Charge. It's
The Rhino Charge.
The Rhino Charge. It's basically a collection for, it's an NGO which collects money to, help and conserve the rhinos in Kenya, because there's a lot of poaching happening, for their horns, etc. So the NGO is called Rhino Arc, and this particular event, it happens every year. I think it's been happening since about 35 years. It's called the Rhino Charge. It's an off-road rally, really, really amazing, super scary, and this is the first time I actually attended and I loved it.
Suketu loves adventure.
Absolutely.
Right,
absolutely.
and I've seen that throughout your career.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, you always wanted to do something different. In fact, let me tell you this year, remix Tere and Wo Lamhe.
Right.
Wo Lamhe is very special to me.
Okay.
And you know why? Because my crush, and I absolutely loved him.
Okay.
He was from Xavier's, from my college, and
Okay.
things didn't work out between us, but that was our song.
Oh, okay.
So I used to always play that in loop when I used to travel in the train.
Okay, wait a minute. Is it the first time Lincia is going to maybe just shed a tear or something like that in memory on the podcast? I don't know. I'm just asking. Is it?
It is his bad luck, Suketu, that he did not get me. So.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you on that 100%.
So yeah, it was a very special song, and it's amazing to see what you do as a DJ and how different you are. Because I remember your remixes were blockbusters.
Thank you.
Right, and you traveled quite a bit to hone your craft. You also worked with Sean Kingston and a lot of other international artists, also
Yes.
Flo Rida, right?
Right.
So how did this international career start for you?
So I think the first thing what happened to me was that there's a company in New York which is called Desi Boys New York or Desi Hits. I can't remember the name. There's a guy called Jay Gatsby. He used to do these competitions in the United States of America, and then he saw that DJs in India are really good. They're really coming up. They're really being known now internationally. So he got the license for the song "Beautiful Girls" by Sean Kingston, and he got Sean Kingston to re-sing it as Bollywood Girls. And he asked for entries for DJs to come up and just enter the competition and put up the a cappella online. So we had to just register, make a mix of it, and then Sean Kingston, Jay Gatsby and a couple of other musicians from the US who are on the panel judged their favorite mix, and then they open it up for voting. So my mix of it won, and so that was that. Then it got released officially in the US as well as in India. And that was my first step into doing an international remix for an international artist. And then once the word spread, Universal Music over here, who has artists like Ayaz, Flo Rida, and a couple of more, they wanted me to do remixes of their tracks for the Indian market. So that's how the whole international remix scene started.
Wow.
Yes.
And speaking about your international career, is it that these international artists inspired you to be a DJ, or you always wanted to be a DJ?
No, I actually never wanted to be a DJ at all. I actually learned the tabla for 4 years. So I was actually a professional tabla player. In fact, I've performed with Sonu Nigam ji. I performed with Pandit Jasraj on stage. I've done a Jugalbandi with Shivamani ji back in the day when I was 15, 16, 14 years old. My inspiration to become a DJ is one person and one person only, and that is DJ Hussain. He had released an album when I was in college called Moksh. It was, I think, one of the first albums a DJ from India had released, which became a blockbuster, not in India. It didn't do very well over here because the music that he made was maybe not accepted here at that moment in time. I'm talking about 98, 97, 99. But he became a very big hit in Europe, and he started doing a lot of tours in Europe. And I was in HR College of Commerce and Economics doing my BCom, and I was in the Students' Council body, and I was in charge to look after the DJ who was going to play for the TY BCom farewell party. And it was DJ Hussain. And from the time he stepped out from the car, his persona, his looks, his attitude, everything, and then he got into the console, and the way he played music, and I just saw people lose their mind. I just said namaste to the tabla, put it on the side, and I said, I want to try this thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it was quite, so you must have been in a situation where you're thinking, should I go for this career, my tabla career, or for DJing?
No. When I saw Hussain, there was no confusion.
You just decided it's done.
I just said namaskar to the tabla, put it inside the locker, locked it up, and I just got myself, told my dad, I need a pair of decks to start working. That's it.
Wow.
That's
so
it.
That must have.
So that was the impact that he had on me.
You know, some people have that effect on us. They
Yes.
come to our life and they change everything for us. You literally
Absolutely.
feel that your life has taken a U-turn.
Totally.
It's never the same, and you're blessed, and we are blessed because we got such a fabulous, talented DJ because
you
of
very
him. So
much.
thank you.
Thank you.
And in all of this in DJing, they say that you know, it's very flamboyant.
Right.
The entire DJing space, right? You have these beautiful locations,
Yes.
stunning women who are like, hey DJ, right?
Right.
That's how it is.
Yep.
I've always felt that DJs are misunderstood
Absolutely.
as people. What do you think is the most misunderstood aspect of a DJ?
That he sleeps around, he's unfaithful. I don't think so. My first relationship was about 8 years long before it ended. And after that, my second relationship turned into marriage, and I've been married 15 years, and I've been seeing the girl since 2.5 years before that, so 17.5 years. So
Wow.
I don't think that is true. Even a lot of my friends who are there, just to give you an example, Akil, who's one of my closest friends in the industry, married for a fantastically long time, 2 kids. Even after Farah and him separated,
Yeah.
he still has a superb relationship with her. They still are with the kids together. They still do holidays together. And Akil's been even, seeing another girl for the last 4.5 years, and it's been fantastic. So, I mean, I don't know why people would say that. Hussain, my idol in the industry, is married and has a son, and he's been, married since I think about 8 years now, about 9 years. So, I think totally misunderstood concept that, we are not faithful, we just flirts and all this stuff. I mean, everybody has, certain part of the industry may be like that, but not most of it at least.
You are the man who walked into my life and changed my perspectives about a DJ. Okay. Because me and my friends, whenever we spoke about DJs, like, Casanova, I don't think this is a person we would like to. There's probably a perception
Absolutely. No,
issue.
absolutely.
It's that needs to shift.
But I think that perception even happens because of the environment that we are in. Our work only starts in the night. You're always surrounded by alcohol, girls, and for the girls, their husbands think men. So, it's always, I think it's just the environment which gives us a bad name, but I don't think we are bad people.
Absolutely not. Extremely talented and amazing vibe. But I think it is a shift, mind shift that we need to move, a paradigm shift about this,
Yep.
which I feel Suketu will happen eventually.
So in one aspect, it's already happened, because if you told somebody that you wanted to become a DJ in the 90s in India, the parents would just look at you and be like, what? What the hell is that? And you're telling me that I should actually allow you to go out every weekend in the night, come back 3 hours of the morning, maybe intoxicated. It doesn't work for us. You're not doing this.
Did you have like?
But now I actually have an institute, and all the slots are always full. People actually are looking at DJing as an alternative career instead of just becoming an engineer or a doctor or an lawyer, or even for that matter, an actor or anything. It's actually become a profession where people are actually getting in saying that no, I can actually make my career and my life just DJing, irrespective of even music production. Forget about making your own remixes. I'm just saying DJing as a performer. So that has already happened. I think in some time, everybody will start they'll want to even date DJs and marry DJs, and that whole mindset will change, hopefully.
Right. But there are temptations that you would be having constantly, which means that Suketu has to work on a powerful value system. The other DJs that you mentioned, be it Akil or the ones that you look up to, there are value systems, right? Because as an artist myself, as an anchor myself, like there are powerful non-negotiables that I have to create, boundaries that I have to create. So being the number one Bollywood DJ, you are up there, everybody looking up to you. How do you ensure that you don't give in to temptations? What is your code of honor?
Okay, firstly, I'm not number one or anything like that. I don't think anybody is number one or number two. There is nothing to justify that. We all are fantastic. It's just that I've been lucky to have done a little better than the others. I think from the beginning when I started, my parents told me one thing, that you can do whatever you want. We're not going to stop you. Of course, my mom was a little upset that I left the tabla aside and wanted to get on something else. They're saying we just trust you. Don't misuse that trust and do anything wrong. So I think for me that became the first point to set my boundaries. Secondly, I always thought of my console, no matter how much I'm partying or I'm having a shot with somebody or I'm dancing, I still think of it at my workplace. Maybe somebody else's workplace doesn't allow them to drink in that workplace, mine does, but I have to do it respectfully. I make sure that I don't hurt anybody or don't do anything bad or don't mislead anybody for anything. So I think I just treat the console as my office, and you don't want to do anything wrong in your office. So I think these two things probably keep me, at least, I don't know the others, keep me a little grounded and keep me at bay from doing something wrong or overdoing something.
Right. You are the king of remixes for me, at least, because I loved your music and I have danced to that, gone clubbing to that music.
Right.
The remixes then, the remixes now are very different, right? I always get confused whether is this music being remixed? Is this music being remade?
Right.
What do you feel about it? How are things different then and how are things different now?
Yeah. So first of all, just coming to remix and remake, in my opinion, personally, I may be wrong, it's the same thing. It's just a new name given to remixes because remixes were sort of looked down upon, because at that time the remixes were good but the videos were cheesy, they were pretty sad, and a lot of exposing happening in the videos and everything. So people I think remixes as a whole got a bad name, but remakes are also pretty much the same. There's nothing different. If you're using the melody of a track which has already been composed and adding something new to it, it's a remix. That's what we did and that's what everybody is doing even right now. So there's no difference in that particular thing. Secondly, I think what has happened is that because in our time, technology, internet wasn't there, things were not available easily, so we tried to make the most of what we could to make a good song. And because sounds, samples, midis, etc. were not available so freely, we had a lot of live contribution. So if I wanted a piano piece to be played, I couldn't just get it off the internet and just play it. I couldn't get the sound off the internet the way I wanted, so I had to call a pianist in the studio and I had to get him to record it. If I wanted a particular guitar riff for my song or for my remix, I had to get a guitarist in the studio and record him. There was nothing which was digital. It was more just getting everything done the way it is. Maximum what you could use is just your beats which were digital. So I think we gave it a little bit more thought, because right now everything is so easily available, it's relatively simple, that so many people are doing it. So that's why I feel it's become the trash has become a little bit more than what it was before. But that happens everywhere. I mean, even if you see right now the number of movies coming out, you'll probably find 5 movies which are good out of the 5,000 movies which release. So the same thing over here. When something is easily available to you, you can use it easily, you can produce it easily. The riff raff is going to come a little bit. So I just feel it's that. everybody joins the bandwagon. Oh my god, this guy's sound is good, everybody make this sound. Skrillex was popular, everybody's making dubstep remixes. Right now lo-fi is popular, everybody's making lo-fi remixes. You don't have to do what everybody is doing, just do your own thing.
So how does Suketu do his own thing? How do you go about with your remixes?
I just have one plain and simple phenomenon in my mind. Cannot spoil the original song, period. That is it. You can put 30 tracks in your project, 30 instruments in your project, and not spoil the melody. Amazing. In my projects, I don't put anything more than 15 to 20 instruments in my track. It still works. And somebody sees my project and said, "Sirf itne sounds dale hai. What is this? You need to put more because you're releasing this." Just don't spoil the original track. That's it.
That's the key to
Only.
Originality always has a very special place, and
Absolutely.
I think people enjoy originality.
Yep.
I don't know why I feel, Suketu, that the yesteryear songs, the yesteryear words that were used were much more meaningful
Right.
in comparison to now.
I think maybe that also because the material given to you was not in abundance. Right now there is so much information coming in, and our mind can maybe just take in that much. So that's why the mortality of the songs has reduced. Like if you see, you can still hear a song of the 70s, 80s, 90s right now. But if you hear a song of the 2000s, you listen to it and you'll forget it in 1 month or 2 months. Because it's the amount of information coming to you, the amount of music releasing. Just in Spotify itself, not talking about the other streaming platforms, there are 4,000 original tracks released per day.
4,000?
4,000 per day. This is only on Spotify.
That's a lot.
So just imagine the amount of music coming to you. If you're listening to a playlist, you might listen to a song which is first on the list. In about 1 week, it'll come last on the list because there is so much replacement. So your mind, before it even starts liking something or getting used to something, it's gone and something new is coming. So yeah.
How is the scene different internationally, because you worked with international artists, right? If you compare India and abroad,
Right.
how is the creative pursuit different?
So the only challenge that I found when remixing international tracks is when we had a chat with Sean Kingston's manager, or we had a chat with Flo Rida's manager, or we had a chat with Ayaz's manager. Their thing was, we've heard your work, it's fantastic, but we don't want that. So you're making a mix for the Indian audiences. We want you to make it Indian. We don't want you to make it Western. While when I did Tere Sanam, or I did Wo Lamhe, or I did To Fir Aur, or Tere Li, or whatever other track, or Pyar Zindagi, or Kya Khoob Lagti Ho, I took an Indian track and made it Western. This was a Western track, was already so well produced and making it Indian. So sitting, for me, it was one of the most difficult processes because I had to actually use holes and everything in my tracks which I never used before. I had to give it an Indian element because they wanted that remix to do, or that track to do well in India, and thus the remix. So I think for me that was the thing. But working with an international artist is, oh my god, it's just like working with Preetham is so easy. He used to give me a song, I produce it, he listens to it, I like it, he asked me, do you like it? I said, yeah, I like it. I said, you don't want any changes? He's saying, you're the king of the clubs, you play out. I don't have any knowledge in it. I can't even commit. You think this is your best work? We are releasing it. Done. Making a mix for Sean Kingston and Flo Rida. First the manager listens to it. Then his engineer and his creative team listens to it. Then they come back with changes. The managers come back with changes. Then we do that. Then it goes back again. Then at the end of it all, when the whole bottom level is happy, then it goes to Flo Rida.
Wow.
And then he approves or disapproves it. And then it goes through. The music company all has got no say. So I think the amount of care that they take is too much. Though they don't know what is the Indian market, they don't know anything about the Indian sounds also, but they still listen to it so much. Like I said, Preetham is such a cool guy. He'll just say like, Suketu, you play in the clubs, you are out in the nightlife, I have not gone partying, I don't know what is the sound of today. I make my music, I compose my music, and I know what works in films. This is your genre, your domain. I approve of it if you think you've done a good job, which is very different from what happens over there.
I believe there's hierarchy there. Here also there is hierarchy,
Yes.
but what I could sense from your stories, there is a sense of trust.
Yeah.
That you're the man,
Yeah.
you do it.
Yeah,
You're
so
good.
I think that is the thing. Like, you know, they know that if you're doing this, like, I can't go and tell Preetham, you know, make a love song like this. I mean, he did Kesariya. It's a fantastic track. I can't tell a person like that what to do. He knows what he has to do. So I think that's the trust that Preetham and even Vishal Shekhar or Shankar Hassan or whoever I've worked with, they put that faith in me. That listen, it's your domain. This is your life. You know it inside out. You live it every day. So we trust you in what you do. Well, out there, even if they don't come to India and they don't know anything much about India, they still want to listen to every single thing. No, I don't like this. This sound is not sounding proper. This is not proper. What is this instrument? Remove it. I said, listen, Indo, it's a tumbi. No, I don't like it. Remove it. Put something else. So, yeah, a lot of that stuff happens.
A little bit anal, but I think
Yes.
all they want is excellence. So
Yes,
then you
absolutely.
tend to become a perfectionist.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Business wise, you always in the last many years done so well.
Right.
But I'm sure there are times each of us go through that situation. Am I enough? Is everything going right? I'm trying this, I'm trying that, but I'm not sure. Where in your life you felt that?
I feel it every day. I feel it right now while I'm talking to you, that am I talking sense? Am I giving the right answers? Is it good enough for her podcast so the podcast does well? So I feel it every single day from the moment I wake up. Because the day you stop feeling that, it's all over for you. If you don't keep asking yourself if you're good enough and if you're doing your best, then it's all over. So I feel it every single time from the first day in my career. So, yeah.
I feel you because I'm thinking, am I asking him the right question?
No, absolutely, absolutely.
I'm like, I hope I'm doing justice to him and the audience who's watching. So I think it's
just to set the record straight, you're asking fantastic questions, so it's great.
So that's how you deal with it.
Yes.
Like telling yourself that am I showing up and doing the best
Right.
of my ability.
Absolutely.
Right for you?
A lot of my students in the institute, when after I take their test, they're like, you know, we don't know if we'll be able to play, you know, for you it's very easy because you've been doing it since the last 27 years or 28 years. I still am nervous every single time I get up in that console. Every single time. I know I'm going to Hyderabad tomorrow. I know I have to go home. And though I know I'll have to play the same songs which I played last week, because everybody wants to listen to the top 40 Bollywood tracks which are working. But still, just to reshuffle those tracks in a way that it sounds something different. Hyderabad, that listened to me 1 month back, should not feel, Arey, he played the same set that he played that day. Even if one person from the previous show comes to this show, he knows he's played Subha in a day, but in last month's show, he played it somewhere in the middle. This show, he began with Subha in a day. When I go to Hyderabad next, I might still play Subha in a day, but I might play it last as my finale track. So it's just, you know, the homework needs to be done. So every time I play a set, I save the set and I compare it the last set when I'm going to the same city again to make sure I, you know, just mix up things.
When people look up to you, you have an institute of yourself, which is great because that means you are empowering a lot of other DJs who want to be like you, who want to create their own.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your institute.
So, well, the institute started because I think in 2006 or 5 or 6, I had, or 7, 8 actually, I had judged a competition for Malhar and then for Umang, the college festivals, and there was a war of the DJs. And oh my God, it was a war. They had no clue what they were doing. They were just playing songs and they were trying to mix music which was unmixable. There was somebody who was actually trying to mix rock music, like original rock music. It's not possible. You can't do that. And I just felt that I think somewhere down the line that people have got our profession wrong. And if this goes on, India is never going to progress in the world of DJs or in the, you know, the DJ industry. So I just thought that whenever I get a chance, I want to open my own institute. So if somebody wants to learn, you tell them the right way to learn, the right direction. We never had it. We just learned on our own by looking at people, observing people and doing all that. But if I have the ability to, you know, tell people that this is the way, maybe one of my students would be the next, you know, person playing at Tomorrowland or Coachella. Who knows? So it's better that he learns it the right way and, you know, just pursues it in the right way so he can become a better DJ. So that's how the institute started in 2011, 2012.
Aspiring DJs right now, the challenge that they are having probably is we are in this AI world, right? Music can be done by a software.
Right.
What are your suggestions to your students or people out there who want to be aspiring DJs?
So one thing is for sure, and I strongly believe in it, and I'm using AI currently myself and exploring it a lot in my music. Nothing replaces creativity, in my opinion. AI is always learning, so it's going to become better. I'm just talking about AI the way I know it right now. There are a lot of AI VSTIs which I use called Everbeat and Captain plugins, Epic and Scalar and everything. There are a lot of these are AI plugins which help you create music, create chords and everything. But I still feel that I have to make changes to it when I'm producing my music. So it can be a help, and then you can take it up from there. So if you have a blank slate, you have a lot of people have writer's block and producer's block and everything. So I think this can be a start to just get rid of that block and move ahead. So it's really good. AI is fantastic. I love ChatGPT. It's so good. I had to write a letter to the US consulate for my work visa application. I'm telling you, ChatGPT is a rock star. I had to just tell it what to do and it gave me the letter. I had to just change a few things here and there it was. So I think it's amazing. But it's just that as long as we don't let it, overrule us and make your, make your mind dead, that you stop thinking, then it's bad. But as long as you use it as a help, it's fantastic.
It's like a tool, right, given to us, and
absolutely,
it's upon us whether how we want to use it to enhance our creativity. So great point there. I'm sure that a lot of people run away from failures.
Right.
It happens to us all the time. I want this podcast to be perfect. I want the answers, questions, everything to be perfect.
Right.
But there's nothing like failure.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure you've had your lowest ebb, your favorite failure moments that has really taken you to the next level. What is your favorite failure moment?
I wouldn't say it's a failure moment, but yeah, there was something that happened to me in 2009, which I still haven't been able to forget, for that matter. And whenever I work with this music trio, it keeps coming back to me. So this was a time. I'm a huge fan of Shankar Mahadevanji. I love Shankar Bhai. His voice, his music, everything. He's just fab. So I always wanted to work with Shankar Ehsaan Loy, and I somehow or the other never ever broke through till my manager at that time knew Ehsaan very, very well. And he went and met him one of the days just for a coffee, and they were talking, and he's saying, hey, listen, you guys have been doing so much work and everything. Why don't you all let Suketu do one mix or something like that for you? And Ehsaan just told me that, everybody might like him, but I don't think his music is up to our mark. And that is and that's why we're never going to give him work. So that is something that stuck by me in 2009. And I just wanted to really, get over it. So I started, trying to produce better. I started getting better engineers. I worked with other programmers and arrangers to come into my studio and do something better. Till one fine day, I just met Shankar Bhai somewhere. And I just asked him, I've been wanting to work with you since the longest time, and I don't know what to do and everything. And I mean, I don't know if you like my music or no and everything like that. He's saying, of course I love your music. He's saying, I'm doing a movie, music for a movie called Dar at the Mall. There's a song which is going to be choreographed by Ganesh Hegde. It's a song called Pina Colada, and it's a club song. And I don't think we are equipped to program it. I'll send you the vocals, why don't you program it? And there it went. It just happened.
Wow.
Yeah. So not even doing a remix for Shankar Ehsaan Loy, programming an original track for Shankar Ehsaan Loy, which was like a dream come true.
And I think that statement was needed.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times in our life, when someone says that you're not good at this,
yes,
you're terrible at this.
I don't think Ehsaan meant that I wasn't good at it.
Of course.
I think what he meant was that it wasn't to his taste.
Yes.
So that's the thing. But I think it was a good thing that it worked, because I worked so much, and I started putting up alternative teams as well.
Right.
So when this track came, it just hit the note right. Maybe if I hadn't heard that, and if I didn't know that, they would have probably rejected my my arrangement for Pina Colada for the movie. So
and then you just realize that it happens eventually when it's the right time.
Absolutely.
It doesn't happen before nor after.
Absolutely.
Exactly at the right time when you're ready for it.
Absolutely. People tell me, oh shit man, you're too good, how do you do it? I said, I'm not too good, I'm nothing at all. I'm just like you, I'm average. I was just at the right place at the right time, and I released the right song, and it just became hits. So yeah.
What's your take on right place at the right time? I've heard this so many people telling me this.
Yep.
Do you
I can name you at least 10 DJs right now on my fingertips who are 10 times better than me, but they just are a little late. There are a time when remixes are not at the way they were when I started making remixes. I'm sure if they were there during our time, my time in 2002, 2003, 2004, I think, I don't know about the other DJs, but probably I wouldn't have even been there around anywhere. I'd just be like, struggling and playing at a nightclub and having a residency somewhere at one of the bars or clubs or something and making my living. So, absolutely. I believe in it very, very strongly.
How can we change the tables and be there at the right place at the right time?
No, unfortunately not.
Is it like, do you believe in karma?
100%. I mean, if you do good, then why should anything bad happen to you?
So we will land up at the right place at the right time. Eventually, when the timing is right. The point is to just go at it, which you went, right? At it, left tabla, you met your mentor and you were at it, focused, doing the one thing.
Absolutely.
Which I want to understand that, speaking about ups and downs, you traveling quite a bit, lot of shows happening, health gets affected sometimes when you're, from this country, this city, there, here. And we've seen a lot of artists who are depressed, who are going through challenges. Mental health has become an issue.
Absolutely.
How does Suketu take care of his mental health?
I think I learned to say no. Like, I missed a weekend right now. I went to Kenya for the Rhino charge. I spent money instead of making money. I could have done 2 shows on the Friday, Saturday and made money. So I think you just have to say no. I'm going in July with my wife for 1 week, missing out on 2 weekends, going to the Lahore and Spiti Valley. It's just, you have to just say no.
It's not easy traveling here, traveling there, and ensuring that you have time for family. There you have health issues, because I know the kind of sleep that you get, routine gets screwed.
Right.
And I see a lot of artists right now, I think maybe we get to know through tabloids right now that depression is on, people committing suicide. How do we take care of our mental health? How does Suketu take care of his mental health?
So again, I have a habit of just drawing the line and saying no. How much of my agency or my manager would hate it, I still say no. Like last week we had inquiries for gigs in Dubai. I just said no, I'm going to Kenya. I'm going for the Rhino charge. I've been avoiding going there for a long time. Now it's the time and I'm just going to go for it. In July, I'm going with my wife for 7 days, missing out on 2 weekends to the Lahore and Spiti valleys. I just need it. That's it. So whenever I feel that it's too much, and I'm not only doing this right now because, I've been in the industry for 27, 28 years, and a lot of people might listen to this and say, Arey, he's done what he had to do, so now he can do all this stuff. But I think I used to even do that when I started off. I never ever, put my work over my health. And even till date, I think eating right is one of the most important things. So even right now, when I've come for the podcast, I'm not going to step out and get myself a McDonald's burger or something. I've got bhindi, chapati and curry in my car. So I'm going to go down, switch on the air conditioner, eat and then go home. Because I know it's going to be lunchtime by the time we're done. So it has to be done in such a way that you know what is good for your body. If you don't listen to the body now, then the body is going to overtake you and you'll have to listen to it and avoid everything else later in life. So I think that just keeps it good. Eating right, exercising, and this, to say no when you're overworked is very, very important. I know it's very, very difficult to do. Very difficult to do. I know it. And especially a person, not only in my industry, I'm just thinking about a person who's even doing a job. It is very, very difficult to do. But I think you have to face that fact and do it. Yeah.
Say no.
Yep.
I have a hard time doing that because I'm a workaholic, and I love it. For me, work is vacation.
Absolutely.
I don't know how you manage, because you're saying it's not now. You've been saying no right from the start of your career.
Absolutely.
Your health, your mental health, your family is equally important. But when your manager says that these are 2 shows going, this is the kind of money you're losing. When Suketu is losing money, how does he convince himself, I need a holiday?
I just think that whatever money I'm making right now, I'll have to spend it on my medical bills and my health, later. So I might as well not just earn it right now and, spend it on myself right now. So it's better. It normally happens like that. So I just believe in that one thing, that you have to strike a balance. The minute you don't, and even you can tell me to do a party 7 days a week. and I'll do it. And I have done it. I've gone to 3 continents in one weekend. In Friday I was in Singapore, Saturday I was in Dubai, Sunday I was in New York. And I played at 3 events back to back.
Wow.
Back to back. Okay, this is like just literally playing your set, going to the airport, playing your set, going to the airport, not even going into a room or checking into a room, because there was no time to do that. But then after that weekend happened, there was 8 days of nothing but home, good sleep, good food, spending time with family and exercising.
I think I need to incorporate a lot of
And
these
this was in 2009, I remember, because I had I was just 2008. I had just gotten engaged with my wife 1 year prior to our wedding. So yeah, this was 2008. So it was a time when I was probably Tere Sanam was wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, still had to just can't do it.
Tere Sanam and now you've seen ups and downs.
Yep.
How do you manage to not let things get into your head?
Very difficult. I think I just keep telling myself there is no up, or I keep telling myself this too shall pass. Even when I'm on a high and everything is going right, my mind keeps telling me that this is also going to pass. So enjoy it, but shit is going to happen down the line. You're going to have a bad phase in your life, but then that also will pass. So I just try to keep telling myself that okay, work is going superb, but it's going to pass. At one point in time, people are not going to want a Suketu. They're going to want somebody else. So then that be a low. But that will also pass, because somebody will even get sick of him or her and say, shit, we want Suketu back. It's been a while since we've heard him. So it's good.
Do you in your career have this marketing plan that this is how I want my marketing to be? This is how my communication should be with regards to my craft or with regards to my brand? Or it's all, how has it been for you?
Yeah, I've not given all this stuff that much thought. I just like to go and do what I do, and if I'm happy with it, then I just do it. I mean, I don't. People on Instagram have actually told me, please don't wear that T-shirt. You wore it 1.5 months back at this show. I was like, dude, you got a lot of time to actually tell me that, man. I mean, you're following me that closely. I love it. Thank you very much. But that's it. So I don't think I give it that much thought or that much time. I just feel that if I'm good at my music and people enjoy my performance or they like my production, my music, they'll call me. They won't really care if I'm on Instagram on lot or not on lot, or like I'm posting more or whatever. So right now Snapchat just verified my Snapchat account, and they said that you've not been doing you have to do at least about 15 to 18 stories a day. I said 15 to 18 stories a day, then what am I going to, when am I going to work, or when am I going to spend time with my family? He's like, no, just take a random picture and just post it, but just keep posting it.
I completely get what you're saying, Suketu, because that comes from my team too.
Right.
That go ahead, post the stories, post the videos. You're in the middle of something.
Yeah.
You need to have your mind there.
Right.
You need to work on your craft.
Yep.
You need to ensure that what you are sent here for, that is being done.
Yeah.
And I think the rest is important,
yes,
but can be sometimes distracting. So
absolutely,
whoever says that stories, videos, putting that content, I also find it challenging and sometimes strenuous.
Yep.
I don't know, maybe there is this approach also, and there is this approach also. Let's take it on.
No, I think you're just, again, like I said, in everything you just have to just strike a balance. But Farrell, are you listening to this? Even she doesn't like it, okay? Stop messaging me when I'm playing at a gig saying you haven't done a story. So
I think every manager does that.
yeah. And I know that he has his good in his heart, because he wants me to do well. He wants me to keep up with the times. And he wants me to do what is right for my brand or my career or my name or whatever it is. But yeah, sometimes I just put the middle finger icon and send it to him, and then switch off my phone so he doesn't message me anymore. And when the whole gig is over, I switch on my phone and then I message him. No, I didn't mean to upset you. I was just reminding you, and saying you haven't put up a story. So yeah, but I think again you have to just strike a balance. You have to move with the times, and today's times demands it.
Talking about your institute, Aspiring DJs, I'm sure you must be speaking about manager-artist relation.
Yes.
Right. How does that work out? How do you keep the camaraderie? At the same time say, no, this is not happening?
I think it's again just about vibe. I mean, I've had a lot of managers in my life from 2006 onwards, and Farrell, according to me, has been one of the best, because he somewhere down the line understands me. So before 4 years back when he took over my work, it was a lot of making him understand that no, I don't want to work. Now he just gets it, because he knows that when I take that 8-day break and I come back, maybe he thinks, and I feel at least, that I'm a better version of what I was 8 days ago.
He notices that.
After 2 months of working back to back, and he's also, so he understands that as well, and I understand it from his point of view, because he also doesn't want to slip in any way where the brand Suketu or anything slips off anywhere. He doesn't like it if somebody does something better than me. So he's got that thing. So I understand that that's why he's pushing me to do certain things. But the best thing, I think, what any manager-artist relationship should have is absolute honesty. There have been songs which I have done and I've sent it to him, and a lot of other people have said, oh damn good, oh really good, oh fantastic, oh this, that, whatever. Pharrell has just come up front and said, I hate it, it's not going to work, change it. That's it. I think you need somebody like that, to be your manager, who can just tell you upfront. Oh, even if sometimes I feel that, oh, my performance was damn good, I loved it, and Pharrell was there standing next to me, and he seen it and said, dude, what were you doing out there? Were you drunk, or what was it? Was it the alcohol, or were you tired or something? Because I just didn't get that vibe which I get normally for a show. Or you didn't play the right tracks at the right time, or whatever it is.
You need to have these kind of people who are not goody two shoes, especially when you're up there and everybody's like being nice. Oh, fantastic job. Sometimes you feel like, is anyone being honest?
Yeah. So the most amazing example is when the first year, not even the first 3 months of Pharrell managing my work, Z Music approached us to do the remix of Tarifa. And I made the first mix and I sent it to Z Music and I sent it to Pharrell. And Pharrell asked me that, have you sent it to Z already? I said, yeah, I just put all of them in the thread, read the email thread which is going on. I think you shouldn't have, it's crap. And Z Music came back and saying, okay, we love it and we're ready to release it. So I just told them, no, listen, 1 second, hold on. I had a chat with Pharrell, we came to the studio, we reworked it, we did the whole mix again, and then we resent it. And then Z Music said, oh shit, this is even better than the previous one. And Pharrell said, yes, this is it. This is what I'm talking about. This is the sound that I'm looking for. And that's how the remix released.
I feel the right team really takes you up. Whether it is an artist or anywhere in life you are. The right friends, the right helper in the house, because I know
100%.
You need that around you. But the challenge, at least I am facing, and I'm sure most entrepreneurs who are starting off, because you are also an entrepreneur in a way, because you started your institute, right? And you're empowering people.
Right.
How do you have a great team?
Oh wow, that's a fantastic question. But I have no answer to it. I know they just come, people come and you click and it just happens. I don't have a great team from the first day. It just built up over a period of time. So it just happened. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how you build a great team.
I'm sure that, no, because I remember when we had a conversation, you said, there are reminders in my life I have.
Yes.
Right? These reminders allow me to let people go and some people to be in. I remember we had that conversation before.
Yes.
I'm sure you are doing certain things, but probably you're not aware of it.
Maybe
right?
When I meet somebody, I might be keeping those things in my mind and then moving ahead, trying to say, okay, fine, let's work together.
Yeah.
And
it's the vibe.
Maybe, yeah.
If, the vibe is good, then I'm going ahead. If not, it's not working out for me.
Totally.
Fantastic.
Yes.
I've done this. I've always gone to DJs and I'm like, mera ye wala gana baja do. And there are others also who have done that. Hamare ye bajao, Nepali bajao, Pashtun bajao, ye Bollywood gana bajao. It must be very annoying for a DJ, and I always wonder what's going on in his head. Is he angry? Because sometimes they're like, nahi, abhi nahi aa raha hai, gana aa raha hai.
Yeah.
How do you go about with turning down people or winning their hearts?
So I think I just, if I'm playing at a party which is a private party, like if I'm playing for somebody's Sangeet or I'm playing for somebody's birthday, anniversary, or I'm playing for a particular club. When I mean a club, I don't mean a nightclub. I mean a social club, like a Wellington Sports Club or a Bombay Gym or Car Gymkhana or something like that. I'm normally open to taking requests because I feel I am there to make them enjoy. It's their night. It's them. Everything is them. Like when somebody calls me for a wedding, I can't tell them I'm not going to play this song. I may not have it. I'll try and get it. But if I don't have it genuinely and if I can't play it, I can't. But I would love to play that song because for them it's a memory. I mean, they need to look back and say, you know, when we got married 20 years back and DJ Suketu played, and you know, he played that song, which is our favorite song. That is what it is. So then I'm open to requests, and it doesn't upset me at all because I'm there for them. I'm there to make their day special. But when I'm playing in a nightclub in a bar and somebody makes a request, oh God, it upsets me. Because then you've come to that club to listen to me. Then let me give you what I have. Let me offer you what I've created for you. Let me make you listen to music that maybe you might not have listened to before. Not everything, but something different, something new in my way. Then don't request me for a song.
So enjoy it.
Yeah.
Whoever is the artist playing.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't go to a sunburn and have Boris Brecha playing and tell him that, you know, can you play this song? Can't do it. I'm there to listen to him because he's done something so good that has made me want to spend that money, be there and have a good time. So let me listen to what he's offering. But if Boris Brecha was playing for Mukesh Ambani's son's party and I was invited there, I would have said, boss, kya baja raha hai? Thoda ye bajana, it'll be good. Then you know, that's the thing. So I'm just saying that I'm talking from the audience point of view, right? That when I'm playing in a nightclub, I'm going to give you what you want, but just enjoy the journey. But
enjoy the journey, which currently we are.
Right.
One is because a lot of Indian artists are being represented internationally.
Absolutely.
And it's a very proud moment for
Absolutely.
India.
Sure.
You have Diljit, and I'm sure there have been artists prior to that too.
Yes.
Where do you see Indian DJing scene in being represented internationally? How is it? How do we pave that path?
So I think it's already happening. The fact that Diljit actually went to Coachella and only performed his music, Punjabi music, and people were there and he enthralled crowds. I think it's already a beginning, it's a start. When you're playing for an international festival and you're representing your country, you have to make sure that your music is appreciated world over. With our music directors today, Edward Maya has done the mix of Kesaria, which has been officially released. Now, Edward Maya is not an Indian, but he's actually made a mix of Kesaria, which is fantastic. Lost Frequencies, which is not an Indian duo, has made a remix of Kesaria. So our music is already going up there. Once Bollywood music comes into that scene, automatically Bollywood artists are going to be invited to perform at, at festivals and everything. So I think it's just literally a matter of time. And Diljit is just the beginning. He's just broken the ice and paved the way for hundreds of artists to go down and play at festivals and concerts now, and not play house music and electronic music, but play our music, Bollywood music, at those festivals.
It definitely has created a stir in the industry.
Absolutely.
And I'm really excited and looking forward to many more of these collaborations happening. When artists do phenomenally well, I also feel that there is a spending habit, some of them exorbitantly. During COVID, I remember a few artists, well-known artists going bankrupt. Right? How do we take care of our investments? How does Suketu take care of his investments? Primarily because as an artist, or anybody for that matter, right? There are lull periods. You don't know whether money is going to be there throughout, or it can be, right? How do you go about with your rainy day?
You know my full name. It's Suketu Radi. I'm a Gujarati. Dude, we are like, if we earn 100, we don't save after we spend. We spend after we save. So it was one thing that was taught to me right from the beginning by my father, that your savings is not what is left after your expenditure. Your expenditure is what it is after your savings. So first save, and then whatever you have, get by with that. Somewhere down the line, it's going to help you out. So we just followed that policy always. And then I got married to another awesome Gujarati who's like a rock star. So the minute she sees I'm doing something stupid, she's behind me and she pulls me by the rope and saying, "Aram se, thoda dheere, relax. It's okay. I know things are going well, but we already have this stuff. Wait to buy the next Apple phone. Don't buy it next year. Buy it after 3 years." So yeah, it's just I think it's just I don't know if it's a Gujarati thing or whatever.
I think
but
it is a Gujarati thing. I really think.
Do that.
I think everybody here behind the scenes are looking at each other. Tu Gujarati hai, tu Gujarati hai.
No, we just do that. I don't know. Somehow or the other, it's just in our blood. It's like in our DNA that we just save. So
I need to
think
have more
that's-
Gujarati friends.
I know.
Suketu, you're going to get more calls from me.
Looking forward to it. Investment.
Investment call Suketu.
Yeah.
I'm planning to spend a lot of money on my
Yeah.
next international trip. Please, guys,
Absolutely.
you refer me to your wife.
Yes.
So it's been so amazing connecting with you, chatting with you.
Thank
I
you.
want you to say that one thing that has always been close to your heart to our audience here, something that they can look forward to DJ Suketu.
Oh shit. I think the only thing which has been close to my heart has been music, and I just want to thank everybody for listening to it, because I somewhere down the line felt that I am making it for myself, but when it releases, you know, the people liking it, the listeners liking it, is something which is just amazing. I like to thank the people who have been at clubs, you know, that when I'm at the console, which is so close to my heart, and the music which I play with, the set which I'm playing, which has been so close to my heart and prepared for me to play, sometimes I feel that, is this set only for me? But then those people actually enjoy and have a great time and they love it. So I think that is something which I just want to give back, saying that, you know, what has been close to my heart, you all have appreciated. Thank you very much. I love that.
I still remember the show that we did. I was dancing and dancing for non-stop 4-5 hours when you were playing at
But
the
keeping
console.
distance and
yes,
dancing.
yes. I came on the console also, danced a bit and went down. But
I know.
had a ball of a time then, had a ball of a time now, and I'm sure my audience is also having a ball of a time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
For joining in, and do like, share and comment, and see you in the next episode. Thank you.